Hello, welcome to Add to the Bench. Today we're at BSC, and the first thing you notice when you come straight in through the door is Helicopter Film Services' rather exciting Aston Martin. And we're here with Oliver, who is the chief aerial technician with them. So we're going to go over this rather exciting contraption and find out what it is consisted of. So what is this amazing setup pretty much?
Well, what we've got here is an Aston Martin Signet, which is it's no longer in production, unfortunately, but this is one of the early prototypes that we've got to use for filming. We've outfitted it with an electrical system on board, which will deliver 28 volt DC and 12 volt DC for all the camera and the head and all the accessories. And obviously we've got two seating positions, so we've got one, obviously you need a driver, and then we've got a seat there for the camera operator, whoever needs to sit there, and a monitoring position as well.
So what kind of inspired you to go with firstly this size of car and then this particular Aston Martin?
The size of car, just because we were getting requests for applications, one of the shoots we did was in a multi-storey car park, so we were very limited on the height clearance we had. Also, the small wheelbase means the manoeuvrability, zipping in and out of obstructions. And looking at it in the market, we just didn't see that option available elsewhere. And a few things came together with Aston Martin and us that gave us the opportunity to put it together.
Because the car itself is based on a Toyota
IQ, I believe, yeah. So it is the same engine, same running gear. What Aston Martin did, they really just changed the interior, made it more luxurious, and changed the external body shell. So it's much the same as the IQ.
So now a DP can roll around in style when they're doing some crazy sequences. So obviously the setup here, you've got the brand new red weapon and a new Canon lens. Can you tell us a little bit about what we can see here?
Yes, the weapon, we're quite used to using the Dragon. The weapon for us has a few extra features. What's great is Red have started to adopt some of the more standard cinema interfaces. They're now letting us use a momentary start-stop. Some of the more experienced cameramen will understand that, but and also they've got a automatic power up as well now option. If you use the right accessories, you can just plug power in and it'll turn itself on. Previously with the Dragon and Epic, you'd actually have to go in and actually manually press the button to power it up. So a lot of our applications, we haven't actually necessarily got direct access to the camera all the time. So it was always a little bit of a challenge to make sure that we could power up the camera or power it off without physically accessing the camera. And for our Dragon setup, for example, we've actually got a solenoid which is attached to the side of the camera to press the button, which is a bit of a clunky solution. But now the weapon we've done away with the requirement to do that sort of solution. I think it's a slightly smaller package, it's slightly lighter. So with our drone applications, obviously it's all about keeping the weight down. So looking forward to using that a lot. And obviously you've got more shooting options, higher frame rates, less compression.
So what's the biggest setup you could fit inside this stabilizer?
Oh, I've had the Alexa 65 in here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we had this head inverted on a boat for James Bond on the Thames. And that was Alexa 65 with the Panavision lenses for Bond. So that was the sequence down the river going to the bridge with the helicopter. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I think it crashes into the bridge. So that was Alexa 65, which is quite a large payload. But we have also flown, we've put 35mm on there as well, RE 435 1,000-foot magazine in a sitting mode.
So what kind of running time can you expect from the car? Because I understand this powers all the equipment you have here.
Yeah, with the car running, unlimited, we can take power directly from the car's alternator, and so effectively we've got unlimited running time. If the car was unpowered, the onboard battery system would run for about 40 minutes.
Was there quite a long development time for it? Did you have to go through a few revisions?
A lot of the kit you see here is already in-house accessible, so we were really just repackaging what we had available. This head, for example, will fly on the helicopter.
Oh, so it's quite a modular system in a sense. This
is a Stabsea compact, come from a company called Netman. It can fly. It can sit upside down on a tracking system. It can sit on a boat, hang from a wire cam. So it's just something we've been using a lot in a lot of different applications. So it was quite an easy exercise to set the car up.
So obviously, as it's quite modular, what other ways can you rig this car?
This head will sit, so we could sit it on top of the car, and therefore it would have a completely unobstructed 360-degree view. We can hang it off the back, we can hang it off the side, but obviously hanging off the side has issues for safety if we're in a more open public area. Yeah, I mean, you can see on the car we've actually got quite a robust roof rack. The car itself actually wasn't designed to hold a roof rack, so there was a bit of engineering involved to make sure that we had enough to spread the load and had enough support there.
And is there any kind of counterbalances in the car at the back or the front, or is everything
Only in the essence that we've got the battery bank in the back.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we didn't add any counterbalance per se for that reason.
Well, thank you for talking to us about that. I really appreciate you taking the time. So this was Helicopter Film Services. Thank you very much for letting us come to their booth. And yeah, this is a pretty cool car, so maybe, you pick up one of these, drive around in ourselves. But yeah, thank you very much. Today we are at the Movidian booth, and we're going to speak to George, who is one of the owners of the company, and we're going to be going over this rather cool and unique social network for filmmakers. So if you could just run us